ఇంటర్వ్యూ అంతా కూడా ఇంగ్లీష్లో జరుగుతుంది, అందుకే నేను ముందు తెలుగుతో స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. సో వెల్కమ్ సార్, మిస్టర్ జెరోమ్ సార్, హౌ ఆర్ యూ?
Thank you, Bhaskar ji. Thank you so much for inviting me on your program. I am wonderful, and I'm sure everybody is keeping well. And this festive season has brought a lot of good things to all of us.
So introduce about yourself, sir, because if you tell your background, our people will know, and the introduction from your side, it will give a lot of encouragement to our people.
Sure. Thank you so much, Doctor. My name is Jerome Anto, and I am from Bangalore. I work full time with the corporate. I work in an industry, and apart from my full time job, the part time thing what I do is this: I work for Dharmic causes, and my earnest effort is to preserve the Indian way of life, because I feel that if the Indian way of life is lost, India will not be anymore India. It will be something else. So that's my effort. So I work on many spheres. One definitely is conversion. I focus on conversion because I've been researching a lot on conversion, and my conviction is that though British East India Company has gone, they have left a small part of the British East India Company, which is called the church. And we have seen all this for quite some time, many years now, how they have been working against the nation in many activities. For example, if you look at the Citizenship Amendment Act, if you look at the anti-conversion law, if you look at many activities which are not pro-country. So my effort is to expose this conspiracy, the nexus between foreign entities which are colliding with the nation, with these entities, to destabilize the nation. So apart from that, my other work is to enlighten the Hindus on the danger of the whole conversion business, how it entraps them, and how it will eventually make us slaves, like how we were slaves for almost 500 years, or so to say 1500 years, because we as a nation, we as a culture, we as a religion are inclusive in nature. But then what happens is, because this inclusiveness has been misinterpreted as not even tolerance, as a weakness, and these foreign entities have taken advantage of us, and they have involved in the business of conversion, which will eventually mean that we become again slaves. So this is where I work on. I work on multiple spheres, and that's a brief about me.
Sir, you're in mute. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Oh, sorry. That is fantastic. But we are being labeled in Telugu states as religious fanatics, Manuvadis. They call something else also. Manuvadis they call. Going by your introduction, you look to be like our class. They call us Manuvadis because whoever works for India has been labeled as Manuvadis. But as far as I know, I never called any Christian as Moshevadis or any Muslim as Muhammadwadis, but they keep on calling this. So is there any label associated with you also? Because you are working in this sphere?
See, that is going to be part and parcel of the whole of our efforts. So people will label us. There are different people, different sects of people who label us, but that should not deter our confidence, because we want to preserve our nation. Bharat Mata needs to be preserved, and in that, I am just one of the contributors. And many of my own family members call me and ask me, "Why are you doing this? You know what can happen." I still go back to my family members and say, because many of my family members were in the army.
Oh.
They fought in the Kashmir war. And I always tell them, will you tell the same thing to them, saying that do not fight the war because there is a danger of life. There is going to be a lot of not good things happening. No, right? They're also protecting our nation, and we are also in the process of protecting our nation. So this is a small contribution from us, and these things should not deter us. It should not
Wow.
break our confidence. They will label us, but end of the day, I think our duty is to preserve our nation, and we should have the confidence to stand by what we believe.
Oh, that's fantastic. But why do you think that religious conversion will denationalize them? Because I have read Ambedkar books in which he says that people who stay in Sanatana Dham, they don't become against India, but people who have converted, they become denationalized. That's what Ambedkar says. But why do you think that religious conversion will denationalize you? What is your experience on this?
See, there is no. See, what happens is this. Let us accept one fact is that the Abrahamic religion, which is at least the two religions which are prevalent in our country, which is Christianity and Islam, they are not indigenous religions. They're not part of our nation, right? They
Yes,
are they are religions which are come from different from other part of the world. That is
yeah, it's Diwali, so no
that's
problem.
Diwali, yeah. So we'll have to accept. We'll have to proudly accept that. Yes.
Yes,
So that's one aspect of it. The second aspect of it is these the Abrahamic religion which came to India has not just India, any part of the globe, whether it is South America or whether it's America, whether it is Africa, whether it's Australia, they have actually not done any favor or not brought a change in people's lives. I mean, look at all these nations which have got converted, whether it's being Islamic or whether it is being Christian countries.
agreed.
What example have they set? Where is there morality in their lives? Is there spirituality in their lives? Where is the society going towards? Right. So they have not done any good to our society, to us as a nation, because we are a civilization, we are an indigenous civilization, we have our own ethos. Okay. And if you look at all through the history, India is the only nation which has stood strong. In spite of 1,500 years of devastation, India today has again emerged out of the ashes. Why? It is because of the strong foundation that we have. When I said foundation, the family, the idea of
Exactly.
family is India. Tell me which nation has the core as family? The joint family system. How many countries, how many nations, how many civilizations have or are still surviving with the joint family system? Only in India we have this kind of system. So
Exactly.
these are very innate. These are very core to our survival. And if it disintegrates, which is what the West is doing, it is disintegrating because it is bringing in all this rotten culture into us, and it is trying to disintegrate. So it has not done any good for us, right? And
Agree.
we have stood to ground, and that is why we have been able to be successful today in terms of whether it is the economy, whether it is the society, or whether it is the culture.
True.
So it is going to actually only harm us. It is not going to do any good to us. I'm not see if we actually see by these conversions, the missionaries coming in, they have actually taken control of us politically, socially, economically. Right? This is what they've done to Africa. This is what they have done to Australia. This is what they have done to America also. They have taken the loot. They have looted the economy, and they made the
And
people slaves.
that's how they build their economies.
Absolutely. I remember I wish to quote, and which is what I want to quote to all of us, saying that what this Bishop Desmond Tutu told when Bishop Desmond Tutu told. In fact, he actually took it from somebody else. I remember. I don't remember recall the name, but what
Yes.
Bishop Desmond Tutu told was this: the missionaries came, the white man came. They said, "Okay, let us all close our eyes." Okay, they gave us the Bible, and they said, "Let us all close our eyes and pray." We all prayed, we all closed eyes and prayed. When we opened eyes, we were left with the Bible, our land, our women, our natural resources were gone. The white man had taken it off. So that is the whole idea behind the whole proselytization, right? And I think we need, at least the enlightened, we all need to be enlightened about this. History is there. History has taught us this lesson, and we have to actually look back at history and see whether these proselytizing religion have they done any good for anybody. On a larger scale, I don't think so they've done anything good. And I think we'll have to stick to our own culture, our religion, and living by it is what we will eventually become Vishwaguru, is what I feel.
True. True. See, our constitution has given that right to convert to any religion. There is no problem with that. But if somebody converts, let him practice his religion. But why do they hate India? Why do they hate India? That is my point.
They hate India because because the teaching is that, if you look at the Abrahamic teachings, the commandments, the 10 commandments, it tells clearly, very clearly, saying that the first commandment is very clear, saying that I am the Lord your God, you shall have no other gods before me. Okay, so that is the principal rule, the law. You have 9 commandments. You can tell 9 commandments because if you actually interact with a lot of Christians, for the since I'm a Christian, they will say we also have, our Bible says very clearly we have to love our brothers and sisters, right? The second commandment says, the third commandment says, love our brothers and sisters, do not harm them, do not injure a neighbor. But finally, the first commandment overrules all the commandments,
All the commandments.
right? You can hurt a neighbor, but if you do not love your God, then the law is gone. So the first
True.
law is supersedes all the laws. Okay,
Exactly.
so that is what we need to understand. We need to understand how the whole mechanism works. So in this context, the first law is the law which is being drilled down to everybody, saying that you shall have no other gods before me. And since India is a nation of multiple deities,
Multicultural.
crores of gods and goddesses, that is the principle which is there's a huge clash.
Clash.
Because if you look at the evolution of the church itself, if you look at Constantine, which resurrected Christianity, see, how could they take the only way they brought the religion back into the forefront is because they could put obedience to the people. Christianity, Islam demands obedience, no questions asked. Okay, so when a religion comes into our nation, the principal clash is this: that there is one exclusive religion and there is one inclusive religion. They cannot go hand in hand. That is why there is always says that, okay, and the principle, the second principle is this: it's a pious duty of everybody to convert. Now I'm talking to you, you have become my friend. My principal duty is to convert you, because it is not because I am against you, because I like you, I love you. Okay, I have compassion on you because I do not want you to go to hell. This is what the Bible teaches, saying that because I have compassion on you, I should ensure that somehow I make you a Christian. This is the whole crux of the theology. And this is what the Islam also says. So unless you don't become my religion, you may say, I have read your books. I know a lot of people who says, oh, Vivekananda read the Bible. Ramakrishna Parahamsa, for 3 days, he practiced as a religion. My simple question is this: yes, they did, but did they convert?
No.
That is a question that all of you should ask, because I know a lot of people, Hindus themselves, come and tell, oh, even Ramakrishna Paramahamsa for 3 days or 4 days he was lived as a Christian, but did he convert? Is my first question that you all need to ask. Okay,
He also said one thing, if I can add. He said every Hindu converted to Christian is a enemy made.
absolutely,
He
he's
becomes an enemy.
absolutely. This is what I remember Vivekananda ji had told. So it is principally against our nation and our ethos and our whole belief. So the clash is why because on one end we have multiple gods, and the other hand there is only one God. So there's a principle catch. That is why there is always going to be animosity between both these, the inclusive religion and the exclusive religion. And
True.
because of this, they become anti-nationals. When I said anti-nation or anti-system.
I want to play one short video of George Ponnaya recently, not recently, he made about 1-2 years. Of course, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, as a party president, he met him. Of course, there also he said something which is objectionable. This is what Ponnaya said. Of course, I will keep my translation also. Short video.
நம்ம ஷூ போடுறோம் எதுக்கு? பாரத் மாதா கிட்ட உள்ள அசிங்க நம்ம கிட்ட தூக்கிடக்கூடாது, நம்ம செருப்பு போடுறோம். தேவையாக நமக்கு சொல்லி ஜனங்கள்லாம் வந்துடக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லி தமிழகத்துக்கு இலவச செருப்பை கொடுத்துட்டு இந்த பூமாதேவி ரொம்ப டேஞ்சரஸ் ஆடு, சோரி பிடிக்கும், சிறங்கு பிடிக்கும்.
George Ponnaya is also the same person who says unspeakable things about our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi.
So he says Bharat Mata is a disease. That's why I don't walk on this land barefooted. Tamil Nadu government is giving slippers free of cost so that I don't catch this disease. I became offended.
No, but see, many of you are not aware what is taught to us. There's nothing offensive. Then it can be offensive to you, but it's not offensive to him, because to acknowledge Bharat Mata itself is satanic.
Yep.
You cannot accept Bharat Mata. If you accept Bharat Mata, that means you're breaking the first commandment. I think we should all understand. If anybody accepts Bharat Mata, that means it's breaking the first commandment, and that is what everyone believes. Especially that's what the ideology, that's what the theology talks about. So you may, all of us, the rest of the country may get offended, but what he said was the truth. That is what is being preached, and that is what is being taught. Because, as I told you, the first commandment always, please understand, the first commandment always comes forward, and it overrules all the 9 commandments.
So you also said about foreign interventions into Indian integrity regarding these religious conversions. So how deep the rabbit goes?
How did the
How deep does this intervention goes?
So, if you observe, there is no indigenous church in India except a small church which is in Kerala, which is more of a very indigenous church, because they are the people who came during the 3rd or 4th century AD. Otherwise, if you look at all the churches, and that church which stayed in India is a church which does not involve in proselytization. A very close community, and they live with themselves, and they live a very traditional way of life, like the typical Hindu way of life. They follow all the practices and culture they follow, and they have lived amicably within the society. Post that, after the Portuguese came in, the Inquisition happened, and then Protestantism happened. Then is when the whole proselytization happened, and we were going through a turbulent times, and because we were under the British, the Europeans, and then after the British left us, we were high and dry, right? We were economically, we were broken, we were shattered, and a lot of artificially infused famines were there in our nation, because they looted the money, they took every pie. So we were literally, I mean, post 47, 50s or 60s, we were poor country. We were a poor country. So that is when, with all these transitions that happened in the West, the neo-Christians, the evangelicals, they got into the business of and the next level of activity, which is called the conversion, the evangelization. So they pumped in a lot of money, and as we speak today, they pump in a lot of money to all these churches which have an NGO. Almost every church will have an NGO, and these NGOs are tied up with all these foreign nations, and these foreign nations, right from the individuals to private parties to organizations to churches, fund these NGOs in the garb of service.
True.
So when somebody funds you, where is your allegiance going to be? Our allegiance is going to be to them. We will listen to those who give us the money. And almost all the churches are funded. Almost all the churches are funded. The Roman Catholic Church is not much because it is one of the largest owner of land in our country. It has enough wealth. It has enough properties. It has everything at its disposal. But then still, even the Roman Catholic Church reports to the Vatican. So there is always some kind of a foreign interest when it comes to India, because they somewhere fund or they have a vested interest. So if you look at the CA, if you look at all the anti-establishment agitations, whether it is Ceratile or even Vedantu, any of these nations, any of these entities, industries, somewhere we find that the church was involved, or somebody was involved. So that is how the involvement happens. And not to forget that there are a lot of CSR activities that is happening, the corporate social responsibility. The foreign nations, foreign organizations, companies, they fund a lot of activities, and these activities, most of them are in India or in third world nations. And because of all these funds coming in, there is some kind of an dotted allegiance that goes back to them. So somewhere we all have to listen to their dictates.
So many NGOs were banned recently because they were violating the FCRA Act.
FCRA rules, yes.
Officially, I think they are receiving some 10,500 crores every year.
See, this is something which I would see. This is just a small bit. I mean, what do you think is
Tip
a
of the iceberg.
Tip of the iceberg, absolutely. There is still a lot of funds that is coming in through various sources. Various sources. I know personally a lot of sources are there where the funds come in, and they reach these independent churches, which use them for their own vested interest. And I always compare them to these the networking companies. You've seen this
Network
networking
marketing.
companies, right?
Yeah.
Network marketing companies, which says very clearly that I need to have X number of people, and how I get them, I need to get them into my fold. When I get them into the fold, I have so many heads, and for so many heads, I get funded. See, so it is one of the best franchising models. I always tell this. The church is one of the best franchising models where you don't have to pay any royalty to anybody. You can invent your own kind of church, and that's why you have close to 50,000 plus churches across the globe. Everybody's idea of Jesus is different. They have made brand. Jesus is a brand. So I always tell that it looks like we need to rescue Jesus from these churches.
True.
They made him into a brand. They're selling him into a brand.
They are selling him into bread, and I feel he doesn't exist. In Tamil Nadu, there was a place called Tuticorin. We were supposed to be the highest exporters of copper in the world. But after foreign intervention, now we are importing copper, something like that. And there was a
Yes.
foreign excess.
Correct. In fact, I do not know if you are aware. Recently, there was a port that was proposed, and we saw a lot of Vatican flags that is being flashed during the agitation. It appeared to be Vatican color flags, right?
Oh.
And so there's a port that is being proposed to be built, and there's a lot of agitation that happened, and the church was leading the whole agitation.
Oh.
So like that, there have been many cases. For example, even if you look at the Bhopal gas tragedy,
Yes.
if we observe the whole drama of how it was carried on and how that guy escaped our nation scot-free, is also how these industries have had a vested interest, and how they have the clout to do anything and everything in our nation.
Even I think during 2019 elections, the Catholic Church was actively involved campaigning against a particular party, because I don't belong to any party, so that's why I don't want to get into this.
Yeah, I
But is it
remember.
true?
Yes, not just 2019. It started with 2014. the run-up to the 2014 elections, I remember that there are so many. I remember there's one political party which had sent teams to all across the country, uh, and targeted every church also. They kept meetings in all the churches, saying that if XYZ party is going to come to power, Christianity will not survive in this country, and it is going to be devastating. And we are here 8 years from now, and we're still hale and healthy, and we're only prospering and happy. So I know the fear mongering that these vested political parties played around 2014 and 2019. And since the Catholic Church, many of the Catholic bishops were vocal. I mean, it's on the media. It's on the media. They made some very unfavorable statements and unbecoming of a person of religion. They made such statements, and it actually brought people like us, normal Christians, into a bad. They bought us a bad name, because look, we don't indulge in this kind of dirty politics. We go vote, we decide whom we want to vote, but then they influencing voters. I mean, that's what they did in 2014 and 2019.
Yes.
They put a lot of fear among us, saying that if XYZ party is going to come, and if XYZ is going to become the prime minister of this nation, we will not survive. So this has been happening time and again, and I think we as a nation have grown past this. And 2024 will be a decider for many of us, for the nation also.
True, true. So I want to ask another thing. See, all these people who have converted here in India, whether it to be Catholic or Protestant, they are our people. They're not people who have come from outside. But thing is, they have converted to a religion, and probably they are becoming anti-Bharat or anti-India. How should we engage with them? How should we bring back to them into our fold, not into Sanatana Dham fold, but to make them as true Indians, so that they are not anti-India? How should we make them?
See, that's a very interesting question, and my recommendation is this: don't do anything. Don't try to do anything to get them into the fold. Currently, the bigger problem is this: to get the Sanatanis together.
Okay.
Get the Sanatanis together, because that is where the opportunity is. Let us look at where the opportunity is, and not look at where the opportunity is not there. Currently, there's an ideological warfare, so we should not get into that. First and foremost is instill. Each of us should go back to our own societies, and assimilate us, strengthen our religion, strengthen the religion, strengthen the Sanatana Dharma. Only then eventually they will have to fall in place. Otherwise, in the quest of trying to engage with them, it is only going to damage our first thing. It's going to be a waste of energy and effort. Okay, and rather engage with us. I mean, there are some people who are engaging, but that's a different level. But has it given any results as of now? I know a lot of organizations have been reaching out to, saying that this is what we can do, but has it yielded any results? I don't know if it has yielded any results, because I personally feel that it has not yielded results.
Because I am a little bit optimistic, because these are our people. They will ultimately understand. They have to understand one thing. See, this is our country. Whichever religion you are there, this is our country. If you don't stand for our country, if our country is broken up again, where would we go? That is the question which I want to ask them as a person. So I am a little bit optimistic, Mr. Jerome.
See, nothing. I appreciate that, and it is an effort that only the learned have to do. I always say that only the learned have to do, because if when you're engaging with these kind of communities, only the learner have to do, because ulta, what will happen is this: you go and engage with them, and they'll convert you back and then send you back.
True.
So I mean, this has been my experience. So I think the core issue as a nation for us is to strengthen the existing community, bring back our own older traditions where we used to assimilate, we used to engage, we used to meet, and a lot of things used to happen. No? So the temple culture has to be resurrected. We need to bring back the temple culture. See, these are the things which will strengthen, because if the Hindus become weak, then the war is lost.
War is lost.
War is
True.
lost.
True. And can there be a ground where people belonging to different religions sit together and think about India? Are you optimistic that these people will come to one stage? They will sit with us at one time of, they'll say, okay, for me, religion is there, but for me, India is bigger. Is there any chance that these people can?
Yes, I know a lot of such engagements that happens at different levels. There's a lot of inter-religious meetings and conferences, and such programs happen. It is more to engage with each other, and but personally, I don't know if that will yield any result. But this is a very personal thing. But I've seen a lot of engagement that have happened. But what is more stronger is this: there is a lot of undercurrent. See, the undercurrent is much stronger, no? Because at a certain level you have engagement, but at the other side you have this foreign intervention that is happening, where they want to ensure that everyone gets converted, and for every convert there's a some amount of dollars that is being paid, which is lucrative, right? So it is going to be a push and pull effort, but eventually I think what will actually stabilize as a nation is when the whole Sanatan Dharma consolidates itself, because I am 100% sure that the only I as a Christian will be happy and safe only if the whole Hindu community is strong and safe. The whole Hindu community is not strong and safe, then I am not safe.
That is true.
We've seen this in other parts of the globe. What happens? Because if you look at Afghanistan, if you look at Pakistan, if you look at Bangladesh, if you look at Syria, what has happened to these Christians? If you look at Iran, if you look at Iraq, what happened to Christians? They're not there, right? We as Christians are safe, are the safest in this nation. This is the only nation which can give shelter to all the Christians. I'm talking on behalf of the Christians.
That's a wonderful logic, actually. But why don't these Christians here understand that they are working with another community who are more aggressive than these people to destroy Sanatana Dharma? Because they know what happened in, as you said, in so many Middle East countries. There is no Christianity left there. But still they want to support them, take their support and destroy Sanatana Dharma.
So it's what I see is this: my enemy's enemy is my enemy's enemy is a friend. And if you look at different parts of the globe, these two religions fight and kill each other. But here in India, they both are friends, because they seem to have mutated. There's a mutation that has happened here, and somehow they feel. So this also is because of intervention from vested interests. See, at the lower level, the grassroots level, that thought process is not there. The thought process is not there. That's not anti-national thought process is not there at the grassroots level. It's only the Western interest who are loudmouths and make some noise on media, that and it distorts the name of the ordinary Christian. But the ordinary Christian is he's on a day-to-day life. He doesn't bother. He carries on, and he knows very well that this is our nation. This is where we have to stay.
True, true. So, of course, we are also fighting in social media. Almost I am there since 5 years. But how to deal with these break India forces? Have you, if you have any method, you can also enlighten us so that in Telangana and Andhra we can implement your model. How to deal with this anti-India, break India forces?
I think the most, I do not know what is the voting percentage of people in Telangana, because I keep a close tab of elections. I participate in the election process. I sit at the booth level, and I also do a lot of analysis. The average Hindu voting percentage is less than 50%. They don't come to vote. That is the biggest problem. Second problem is this: the minorities, almost 99% come to vote. I've seen this is a very common scenario that's happening. So that is one thing. Second thing is this: there needs to be a lot of effort. That I know there's effort that's happening in from a lot of community that's happening on the on resurrecting Sanatan Dharma, Andhra and Telangana. That needs to be intensified. It needs to go to the grassroots. You need to touch every village, because currently the Abrahamic religions, especially Christians, have actually gone to places where nobody has gone.
That I
I have
agree.
visited several places, remote places, which is very tough to even travel at this stage, because there are no roads, there is no facilities. But then when we go there to such remote places, you find 100-year-old, 200-year-old churches, which means somebody has made the effort of going there and actually converting. They've gone to places where no man has gone before,
They have a
and that is
stronger
where,
commitment.
yes, the commit. That is why we say no. It's the missionary zeal, and that missionary zeal needs to come with us. We need to actually go back to our at grassroots level and actually engage. I know a lot of work is happening in Andhra and Telangana. I know that, especially in a lot of rural areas. That needs to be intensified.
They have to learn from the enemy.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I will take some of my guests here so that they can also add. Uh, of course, I have
Sure.
not given link. Yeah. Kiran garu, మీరు ఏమైనా అడుగుతారా?
Oh, I have actually today was very happy, sir. First
Thank you
time.
so much.
Yeah. I was busy with the translating and typing there in the chat.
Okay.
Okay, please, Prithviraj garu, you carry on first. I will ask then later.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
busy in typing. I did not concentrate much.
Good evening, Jerome. Okay.
Good evening.
Okay. That's an enlightening discussion. So one thing I agree is that if at all there is anything we can learn from the Christianity, that's the missionary zeal that you just spoke about. It's true. I mean, whether it be motivated or it's pure commitment to their religion and to their God, whatever the case may be, it is one good thing to be. I mean, that much effort is to be learnt by anybody. So
True.
I have some things to say. Okay. uh, Now, what I have observed throughout the history, and right now, while speaking to pastors or anybody, they they call us zealots. You can say zealots or religious terrorists, matonmadi, and everything. They use it very liberally. I mean, they are not even shy about it. But when we just make poke fun at them, like, okay, we are zealots and we are terrorists, but you are the zombie. You bite everyone. You want to convert everyone into your own race, your own Christianity. But they get very offended at our comment. So what I have observed is they play victim card when they were weak, but given the opportunity, they tend to get quite vicious.
Yes.
See, yeah, we have, if you see the history and go back thousands of years too, this has been the general trend. So that is what I have observed. And regarding and now that the attack is on India, what I feel is that it is foolish to hold on to honor while dealing with those who believe that honor is for fools. They literally don't have, I mean, when they are backstabbing or when they are proselytizing with in falsehood. See, if they are true to their gospel, that's fine, but they are not actually. They are not stating things as they were in the Bible. I know quite well, but I have to say this. So I think it is wrong for us to hold on to honor while dealing with them. So I'm not saying that we have to get down and dirty, but at least we cannot be holding on to our honor and saying, okay, we have to be true and we have to be good and clean and everything. Why I'm saying is that, you see, you have said that the foreign forces and foreign elements are intruding with India and is, I mean, um, obstructing its internal mechanisms. That is quite true. I think that India is quite like a stone in a river, okay, and the current is currently against us. So if we stay just like that, if India is an ice block, it will melt faster. And even if it is a hardcore stone, as the zeitgeist shifts and the current flows, even a stone can get eroded. So unless we change the flow, or at least command the flow so that it doesn't affect us, we cannot stop the eventuality that's going to happen to India. It has happened to a lot of religions. So we have to make sure that it doesn't happen to India. And for that, the only thing we can do is we have to change the flow. That is the only thing we can do. So first of all, we have to break what's happening, break the flow, and then we have to change the flow. That is what I believe. So for that, I mean, you have said one thing. For that to happen, we have to get Sanatanis together. That's the first thing we can do. Other than focusing on them, we have to get our own Sanatanis together. But I think there is a challenge to that, because we are already divided. From hundreds of years of colonialism, we have been we were separated, and our mind and ideology and psychology and way of thinking are also colonized. So to fight that, and before uniting or regrouping, it is very difficult without any strong adversity. So people gather and come together in the face of an adversity, and it is easier without an adversity. So at least we have to make people aware what adversity is there. We have to show them this is the adversity, this is how it's affecting us. And when we show them what's happening and what happened, then I think people will be more motivated to come together. Otherwise, our Hindus, Hindu ideology itself is that, okay, whatever may happen will happen. जो कुछ होता है वो हो जाएगा, तो क्यों करेंगे हम? कुछ नहीं करना चाहिए, कुछ नहीं करने करने के लिए कुछ नहीं है, जो होगा वो होगा. People will think like that. So
Correct.
that I think is an issue. Even you see, if Christianity too, on one hand it is offering heaven, and on the other hand there is the devil. So take the devil out, and I doubt many people will convert to Christianity without the presence of the devil. So I think there is strong need to show who our adversary is, and that is very difficult, because as you have said, people are not ready to face. I mean, uh, we are trying to show this is how it's happening, this is how it happened, and this is not right, and this is not correct, this is what's wrong with the religion or foreign elements or whatever, everything. But people are not willing to listen. They don't even care. As you have said, Christianity did a very very good job at putting obedience into people. They stamped into them, and they branded into them with with an iron hook. So I think it is very difficult to eliminate that colonial mindset. So I hope you can speak something about that.
క్వశ్చన్ అడగలేదు పృథ్వీను.
So just to add, why I said Sanatanis need to consolidate is this, because you're fighting as you rightly said, Sanatanis are unorganized, and you're fighting an organized religion. When I said an organized religion, they go and worship and meet together every Fridays or Sundays. And you have the Sanatanis who don't meet, who don't mingle. Even if you are an atheist, you can be a Sanatani, right? So the battle is not going to be easy. See, when you look at a battle between organized and unorganized, the unorganized will disperse. It is always the organized which will win. So that is what the current status is. When I said, or see, politically we need to be organized. Please understand, politically we need to be organized. We are not organized. There's a lot of disruption that's happening. Currently, we have one political party which at least is showing some light to us. If there is a better political party than that, which will take us to the, which will consolidate the Sanatanis, great. Do we have an option? We have one option as of now. So these are the things what we all need to do. See, currently the central government has done amazing work which nobody has done for the last 70 years. FCRA, FCRA removal of several organizations. Who has done it? Nobody has done it as of now. And I'm sure the recent NIA raids, who's done it? Nobody's done it. So
Nobody has done.
politically
Yeah.
we need to strengthen. If politically we don't strengthen, there is no point talking about religion at all. First, we need to politically strengthen our nation. What is that guy? What is the chief minister doing there in Telangana? He's doing exactly opposite of what is supposed to happen. So unless you politically strengthen, there is nothing much you can do. You can do a lot of dialogue. You can do a lot of discussion. You can beat them on social media or media. You can actually take them head on. But if you religiously, you can you if by religiously winning, will you politically be strong enough?
True.
So that is something which we need to all organize ourselves. We need to organize us because I'm unapologetic. I'm a BJP karyakarta. I work for the BJP.
Hmm.
I have no qualms about it. I'm openly telling you. So we need to strengthen as
Good.
of now. We'll have to
But
strengthen our political
I have
party.
I have one question regarding that. So, I mean, political strengthening is a must, but Hinduism essentially is diversity. So now our politics are tending more towards polarization, either this or that, and it's not favorable to diversity. So if our I mean politics got strengthened and everything, what do you think? It affect the Hindu religion and its diversity, and will Hindu religion also get more polarized? I mean, like Abrahamic religions, or will Hinduism keep its diversity? What do you think about it?
The core of Hinduism is diversity itself. More than the diversity is dharma. The core, right? The core is dharma, and that is the one which will actually guide everybody. Whether you believe in religion, don't believe in religion, because it is beyond religion, no? It is beyond religion, spirituality.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, it's
Yes.
beyond religion. So that is what all of us need to enlighten all each other. It is beyond organized religion. Spirituality is beyond organized religion.
Yeah.
And how can you percolate this? Can you fight spirituality with religion? No, because you need, see, the core is very clear. You need to strengthen one political party as of now, which is at least in some favor of us. I do not want to get into political discussion because you know what, polarization and appeasement is part of politics. Let's accept that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So unless if the political or all the 70% of the population should vote for the political party,
Mm-hmm.
True.
that is not happening,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
So in such a situation, polarization, appeasement is going to be part of politics. So that is something which we will discuss on a different platform. That's the difference. But currently, do we have a choice?
You don't have choice.
We don't have a choice. I mean,
See
which
what?
Yeah.
let us know which political party will stand for consolidation of Sanatan Dharma. We will vote for them.
No, no. You see, what worries me is that by the time this battle ends, I'm afraid that Hinduism will no longer be the dharma what we used to know and what it is right now. It might just mutate into something else, some different entity, unrecognizable. So that's what
Currently, yes.
fears me.
Yeah, I agree. Currently, at the way things are going, it is. I will agree because the Hindu community was sleeping all these while, because currently you are already minority in 7 states. 7 states you're already a minority, and with half the population not coming to vote, half the population not interested. Uh, so who's you see, that is what I want to connect politics. I want to connect politics. Is this, if there is liberal politics, they will damage Sanatan Dharma.
No doubt.
If right, if there is liberal politics, they will damn
Yeah.
Sanatana Dharma.
Yeah.
But if there is a political party inclined towards the Sanatana Dharma, then at least if you become a majority, then you will be able to put pressure. For example, how many temples have we have are the Hindus been able to get back? One.
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 Second one is in the process.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
So out of how
Out of
many?
how many?
Out of how
Un-
many?
I'm
Let's not
saying.
bother about the count.
So what I'm saying is this: you need to bring in first, safeguard the house. First, you
Okay.
need to safeguard the house. The only way to safeguard the house is have a strong political party which will work towards you. Then you can put pressure. There are different ways you can put pressure on the political party.
So you say close the doors, then clean the insides.
Absolutely, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Otherwise, how are we going to survive? How are you
Yeah.
going to
true,
survive?
I
true.
guess we cannot afford to open the doors and clean our house.
Right.
So
Yes, you cannot, because
Exactly.
then you'll be fighting two different battles.
yeah.
Sure.
Right?
I
You
will.
need to
I
see.
will. Yeah. I will go to Maharshi. Do you have any questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hi, Jerome Anto, sir. It's nice knowing of you. Yeah, recently I have known deep about you, and it's very eye-opening facts that you said about this conversion tactics, right? Yeah, so that is really eye-opening. So, but I wanted, curious to know something about some organizing methods, which you already been speaking with us. So, like. How colonialism systematically destroyed our nation's culture. I don't want to use resurrect or revive because we are still alive. So I just want to use like a rejuvenate. How do we rejuvenate our nation's culture? So like you already put some of the points. I mean, I wanted to, in all your experience, I wanted to know about your thoughts of having organizing methods. Some of which I heard from you just a while ago, like getting all the Sanatanis together, and also political strengthen, and also you uh, brilliantly you said like our core is the dharma, like sarve jana sukhino bhavantu, because if Hinduism exists, rest of all can live peacefully. If not, everyone doomed, literally doomed. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So and also you said how many temples we got back, but I want to add by how much time will it take each temple. So literally 500 years. That's really ridiculous. What I feel. So apart from these methods, what we are talking about, in your experience, to have any other organizing methods that you can share with us, so we can rejuvenate our nation's culture. That's I'm curious to know from you.
This is something. Thank you so much for asking this question. Um, as I spoke in the beginning, the core is the family. Core is the family. Every family needs to strengthen. Bring in the Sanatana Dharma to your family first. If you can do that, I think we will win a battle. Currently, there's an invasion. There's a cultural invasion. I would not even say cultural invasion, a cultural terrorism inflicted by the West. When our children are out of our hands. They are completely under the trap of the Western culture, which is a failed culture. See, we are happy to cut copy paste. We are happy to cut copy paste if there is any good practices that is happening across the globe. But unfortunately, none of these practices have actually shown good signs. Currently, the family is the core. Everybody, that is what we all need to emphasize, right? Go back to our families and get the dharma into your family. Bring them, show them what is dharma all about. Simple things you can do. Currently, there is no value for any of our scriptures. We talk only about Western culture. We talk, everything, things are good. But I think if you can seed that in your family members, your children, your next generation, if we can do it, I think we'll win a battle, because our next generation are the ones which are going to decide whether we will survive or not. Each family member, if we can input that, because our children are going to schools and colleges, are going to the outside world, which is infested. I'm using this quote unquote word, infested with this evil called westernization. And it is very clearly targeted to break our families. We should protect them. If we can do that, I think 70% of our battle has been won.
Good point.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect.
I'm just
Perfect.
wondering on one point. So you said that is a failed thing, right? And from West side, whatever we got. So, but how they are able to manage showing that failure as a success, and how come we are not able to see through it? And also, it's really I feel that by how long they can manage it like this. I mean, I feel that it should not take a very long time, right? So somehow there should break apart from themselves, and the truth should come out, but it's not happening. They are able to manage brilliantly. How this is happening, and how come we are unable to capture or see through it, and get back to our own culture, or rejuvenate our nation's culture? That's where I'm wondering what's happening, why we can't see through it.
So India, third world nations, and India is what, 1/5, 1/7 population of the globe, is currently the garbage, the dustbin where these West have tried, tested, failed, and they're throwing the products here. If you look at the West today, it is moving towards spiritualism. They are going towards yoga. They are going towards vegan. They are going towards Ayurveda. They are looking at spirituality, the West, because they know the product, whatever they have until now, has failed. Okay, they have got it disintegrated. Whatever they pursued have not yielded the results. So there is a rejuvenation that is happening in the West. They, because the tried and tested product, whatever they were selling it as a fashionable thing, has failed. Now today, the same industries are throwing it at us, and they're implanting those dirt in our societies. While there's another thing that is happening there in the West, is that they are turning towards spiritualism. Okay,
I
so
agree.
it is
Agreed.
so how they have been successful in infiltrating our society is because they made it a brand. I mean,
Correct.
single parent is a
Correct.
fashionable. Single parent is fashionable in the West, and they're
Nuclear family.
Correct.
putting the same poison into our families
Now India
today.
is going to adapt.
Yeah,
Nuclear
and
families, they call it.
no, after 18 years, leaving the house is fashionable, right? This is not us, and this is what they were. Today they are talking about consolidating the families. They are talking about living with parents. I mean, look at the amount of people who are staying in the Western nations who are dying alone. They're dying alone, and the amount of elderly people abandoned. Right?
True.
So these are all failed propositions which has not succeeded, and they are actually moving towards the spiritual activity. While they have been in impounding us because we are the hotbed of spirituality. They've been trying to, because we are consumers for them. No, currently we are the consumers.
Correct.
Consumers.
Correct.
Right? And what is near our eyes we can't see, what is far from us we can see. Today our children are more influenced by some Hollywood star doing yoga. Until that time they rubbished yoga. Correct.
Even
When
I
a
am
Hollywood star,
confused, sir. I am confused whether I should feel happy or sad, because Sanatan Dharma never go down. Okay, of course it got its roots in another countries and it's developing there. That is a happy news, but it's not happening in my own country where it got its birth, right? So that's, I'm just confused whether I should feel happy that it's growing all over the world, and I should feel sad whether it's going down in my own country.
see,
So
that's a
that's what
message for us. That's a message for us. This is a clear message for us that we need to go back to our families and work on our families. And that's where the core is. If you are not able to, I mean, our families have been destroyed by the Western ideology. Right? I was just seeing the reviews about the movie Kantara. Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the government of Karnataka has made some allowance for these people. Imagine if one movie has made such a positive impact on the people. Imagine the thousands and lakhs of dirty movies which have corrupted the people of our nation. Right?
exactly.
A
Exactly.
movie can make a change in people's lives. We saw that in the movie Kantara. So imagine the impact. I mean, the movies have influenced. Bollywood has influenced. Hollywood has influenced in disintegrating our culture and our nation.
True. True.
Once again,
So
it's nice knowing of you again, sir. So it really resonated me.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah. Mr. Kiran, you are free now. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. I'm just listening till now. Thank you very much, sir. And we were actually very much impressed with your pleasant and positive uh, views or news or whatever it is. Doctors are actually instructed us to not to question the personal questions or the theology questions, but I could not refrain. I don't say it as a personal, but what motivated you, sir, towards this? Means I did not see a single person with similar thoughts of like you, similar to you. But what motivated you? I don't consider it as a personal question, but I still feel to ask this.
See, even I don't know.
Okay.
If I say even I don't know, so when you don't know, when I don't know, that means it's a divine call,
Okay. Which
right?
is good.
Excellent.
Yeah, which is good
Excellent.
to know. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you don't know why you're doing it, that means it's a divine call.
Great. That's great, sir. So one more question: do you have any collaboration or any of your colleagues or family members supporting you in this kind of activities? Right.
There is support and no support also.
Okay.
But then when the
We
divine
will
call
support
comes,
this.
then there's nothing that comes in the way.
Okay. That's great, sir. That's all from my side. Actually, I don't have any further questions. I will leave
Thank
it
you.
to others. Yeah. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. Sham Sundar. Only we have three people, so we'll conclude. Yeah. Kasturi.
Sir, good
Yeah.
evening, Mr. Jerome.
Namaste.
Uh, Namaste ji. I have a small question. Actually, many parts of the world, I mean, country is personified into some kind. I mean, some people in US, you can see they call Uncle Sam. I mean, Germans call their country as the father. They never say call okay,
Fatherland.
motherland. They call it as a fatherland.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, similarly, in India, of course, we are giving a divine status. That's a different story. But similarly, in India, we're calling it as Bharat Mata. In the opening remarks, or maybe I joined a bit late, you said the very notation that you are calling your country Bharat Mata is against your what we call Ten Commandments, first commandment.
First commandment. Yes.
First commandment. The when other Christian countries are following such a thing, directly or indirectly, whatever. So I'm not saying that they are treating their country as a god. Okay, what stops Indian Christians or Indian Muslims to salute the flag, the national anthem, the what we call Bharat Mata? I mean, to utter that word. I've seen many Christians in the show also. They don't utter the word Bharat Mata ki jai. And in what way, I mean, with people around us who are, let me use this word, traitors to the nation, okay, we can defend our country, not the religion itself. We can defend our country if, in case there is any uh, war with, okay, I don't want to use this, but war with China or Pakistan, whatever, with our neighboring countries. You have all your neighboring countries as your enemies. And of course, we are helping them in spite of they being our enemies or backstabbers. We are helping them. With that, you can see in the case of Sri Lanka also with their economy. I want you to answer this, sir, because they are treating their country. I mean, they are giving some personification to their country. But when you do the same in India, okay, people of India with different, who are belong to different religion, they don't utter the word Bharat Mata. Why so? Why such a huge difference? Even Jews, I have seen, they call their country as, mother. Many nations do this, not only India.
Two answers, two points I want to bring to you. The first is this: as I told you, the first law supersedes all the laws.
Yeah.
First law supersedes all the laws. So somebody will come and tell you, if you get into some kind of engagement with any Christian, they will say, no, no, our we says love your neighbor and all this stuff. All that is fine, but the first law supersedes all the laws. Okay, so that is one thing. So they can't have another pagan Gentile religion as their motherland. Okay, so this is a pagan land, no? This is a Gentile land. This is a non-Christian land, carpet land.
Okay.
Second thing is, when you can expect Bharat Mata ki Jai from any of these people is this: if, for example, all the Christians will definitely proudly say Bharat Mata ki Jai, provided India becomes a Christian nation.
Then Bharat Mata will no longer be Bharat Mata. You cannot. I mean, these Hindus, now the question is, Hindus are personifying that as the deity, country's deity.
That's a trade-off.
There will
That's
be
a
no
trade-off.
Bharat Mata.
Since you asked me what will make them do it, this is the trade-off that happens. You
Okay.
have to.
I guess we have to become the children of the father from children of the mother. That's when they will say, okay, just for the namesake, we will say Jai Ho
No,
Bharat
no,
Mata.
they will
No,
not. They will not
uttering,
because
no, Mr.
I doubt they
Jerome,
will utter even then.
uttering Bharat Mata is not just a thing which is coming out of your mouth. It will come out of your heart. Now today we won the match against Pakistan. Every Indian is celebrating all over the world, and every Pakistani is crying all over the world. Okay,
Yeah.
there is something called as that emotion attached to this particular term, Bharat Mata. It's not just about no. That's why I am asking you.
Yeah.
No,
correct. As I told you, the first law supersedes all the laws.
Yeah. I'll go to Andakonda Ramudu. Yeah. You can ask your question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving the opportunity and also to praise the Lord Sri Rama. Very happy that you talk about the nation, you talk about the families and culture. I'm very happy that, sir, I need to ask you that I heard about you are from Protestants or Roman Catholic?
I'm a Roman Catholic.
No personal and
Yeah,
theological questions.
no personal question.
Sir, okay. I'm not entered into theological and biblically. I'm talking about that is a formal way only. So you talk about the conversions, religion conversions and all those things. See, some Hindu guy are converted into Christianity. He faced the one problem, that is, you talk about the family system, right? In the guy which you converted in the Christian, he entered into some Protestant church or somewhere. He love with a Roman Catholic girl. The father is said, or pastor is said that no need to marry that girl. So what will do that situation? You got my
Sorry,
point, sir?
I didn't understand the question.
So if a Protestant boy wants to marry a Catholic girl, that's what
Catholic
you mean?
girl. Yes. So
But
at
the
that
father
time, the
prohibited.
correct. But the Roman,
But the
the Protestant father,
father
the
of the girl
Protestant
prohibited.
pastor is say that to reject that girl or no need to marry.
Correct, because
But what is the question?
So why?
why is it? Because one customer is gone. No,
Not a customer girl. But when the situation will it is a problematic or some ways some other person if you will want to fight with the Hindus or any other religion to fight, but all are come to one platform. The Protestants are Roman, we are the Christians. So when it will comes to that internal, the Protestants are Roman Catholic, even the marriage or family binding system, that time they will not agree. So why?
correct. Because you know what? See,
You all are both are the Christians, right?
No, both are Christians, but my Jesus Christ is different from your Jesus Christ, no?
So two Jesus Christ that existed in the Christianity. Recently, I came to know that Jesus has born in the 2 times in the. Someone recently called that they announced somewhere in India only. Jesus already came to in India. Recently, one more pastor say that already spoken to in the Israel. Already Jesus is spoken. The Rabbi.
Yeah. So a lot of such discussions will happen. I think we
So
should be, as I told you, we should
yes.
not get into.
No, I'm not talking about that much of the family systems only. But this guy is maybe lost the total life, right? So we need to talk about that. You're already proud, and you say that Hindu families need to be reconstructed, or we need to educate the Hindu families or inside the families. But here, Christianity also same thing has happened, right? So what will do that time? So because of some girl want to marry the Protestant boy, even though her parents, it's not accepting, even though they educated on the DSP levels, somewhere I saw there's so many examples in the Christianity life.
Yeah, differences will be there, no, already.
Yes.
Because the total sect is different.
No, see, it's different. We do not want to lose one of our customers. That's it, very clear. You become our customer.
They lost.
I have an interesting analogy regarding this. Okay, I read somewhere that India is like an elephant, the only elephant in the forest. So now all the animals, hyenas, jackals, lion, tiger, and all kinds of animals gather and come together. Let's kill this beast first. So if we kill the elephant, then everyone will get the food. So first kill the elephant. Let's kill the elephant. Then we can talk about spoils. Who gets what? So that's what's happening. So that is why when it comes to the internal mechanisms of the pride, they fight against each other. But when it comes to the kill, then they have to unite and
They are
work together.
united.
Otherwise,
There's a bigger
they will
problem.
otherwise they will not be able to kill the elephant. So
No,
Gajavada karo first. Yeah. Okay,
so
go
but
ahead.
then, so what you need to understand is this. Thank you so much for bringing that analogy. So once the elephant is killed, what will happen next?
They will
They
fight
will
among
get the beast.
themselves.
They will fight among themselves. That's what happens, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, Gauri Shankar Garu.
Namaste, Jerome ji. How
Mr.
are
Dr.
you?
J. Very good, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm extremely fine. And the previously when I spoke with you, you told that during this conversion, they follow some steps: convince, confuse, convert, like that. So during the steps, how can a Hindu should give the answer in each level? That is my first question. Okay. That is my question. You please enlighten the people how to solve that issue. And the second thing is that one day on that same day you told that Bible itself doesn't support conversion. Like that one word you spoke. So what verse of the Bible says that it Bible is against conversion? These two things you please enlighten us.
I think we are going into theology.
Yeah, I will
No, it's
talk.
not theology.
I will tell.
Jerome told that he'll discuss about this in the discussion. I thought that Jerome forgotten that, and I'm asking Jerome. It's
No
not a
issues.
theology. Already spoken with Jerome.
Okay.
So the principal rule is very clear. Unless you know your Shastras, unless you know the Bible, do not engage in any kind of discussion. Very clear principal rule. If you know the Bible, then you go to go and talk about anti-conversion. You talk about conversion. You talk to the pastor or anything. You know your Shastras also well, correctly first. Otherwise, half knowing the Shastras, not knowing the Bible, you go there, he will try to convince you. If you don't get convinced, he'll confuse you. If you don't confuse you, he will con you. And you will fall for this. You will fall for this. Because you know why? Because your foundation itself is so weak. Why your foundation is weak? Because you don't know these Shastras. Because you know what? In the process of conversion, he is only going to, because you know why? He is going to pick and choose one of the Shastras and say, this has happened in so and so thing. In Manusmriti, this is there. In Mahabharata, this is there. Ramayana is there. and you won't have an answer. So you'll have to shake your head and say, yes, okay, my dharma is wrong, so I will become Christian. If
They
you
are
know,
well versed
then you
with.
will give an answer. If you
Yes.
know, you will give an answer. If you don't know, then you will accept failure. When you accept failure, that means he has won.
True.
But Jerome, there is a big problem with that, right? We have a vast, ocean of culture. Knowledge and scriptures. So
Shastra.
how can one be knowledgeable in all those things? It's literally impossible. They get to pick and choose wherever they want, but we cannot be ready and well versed in all those things, right? So how to
But
deal with it?
Prithvi, that's
So,
where you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, sir.
so my first recommendation is this: don't play with fire. Keep away from the fire. That's it. Don't get in any engagements. Don't do it. It's going to be futile. See, why I'm saying is this, because you know what, if I tell you, like what Dr. Gauri was asking me, I was telling, now if you engage with any pastor saying that, okay, this is what it tells in the Bible, he will not answer that question. He will go to another passage and say, this is what the passage says. The goalpost will keep changing. You'll be confused. For example, in the Bible it says very clearly, as I am answering your second question also, because it says very clearly, Jesus said very clearly, I have come for the lost sheep of Israel. Right? And after Jesus died, when he was asking his disciples to go, he said, go only to the house of the Israelites. Don't go anywhere else. Go
Yeah, he
only
was
to
very
the.
explicit.
Right? Okay, he said, and then he told, go to those villagers, go talk good news. If they don't listen to me, if they don't hear you, you just leave without anything. You just even dust the shoes and come off. But today,
Yes.
what happens? These pastors, they will go to the village, they will put a pillar, they will build a building also.
Well,
Contradictory.
Paul happened, right, in between.
Yeah. Yeah. So you will that is one thing. Now if you look at one more thing, other verse is this: Jesus told, lost sheep, I have come only for the lost sheep of Israel. The Jewish people rejected it. That's what Paul says Jesus, the Christians, the Jewish people rejected Jesus. Because the Jewish people
Yes.
rejected Jesus, what Paul is saying is, I am going to take the good news to the Gentiles. It is like an example saying that I have bought a gift for you. I've got a gift for you. You reject the gift. I don't want the gift. So I will take the gift and put it on somebody else's head and say, now you take the gift. First of all, the gift was not meant for him. The gift was meant for you. You rejected it. And then you are telling, now you better take it.
Yeah.
And putting it down your throat.
Yes.
Okay. So rather there are many verses. If you know, then you engage. If not, don't engage.
That is very, quite clear in the gospel. In the Pauline theology. It reeks of it. I'm really stupefied how people cannot identify what's happening in those epistles of Paul and everything else. It was quite evident to me what's happening.
Absolutely.
Even Matthew also, if you
Prithvi garu,
truly look into Matthew, he literally hates Jews.
sorry to stop you. Doctor garu clear ga chepparu. No theology.
Okay.
Please.
Let's stop it here. Sorry.
We are slowly entering it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I had to stop.
So,
Sorry.
yeah. So we have last Abhimanyu. So yeah, Abhimanyu, if any questions are there, you can ask. Because we have taken almost 1 hour time.
That's okay. That's okay.
Abhi is busy.
I think muted, sir. He just called me. Just hold on.
So yeah.
Any more questions, anyone?
Yeah.
So in Christianity, all our people are accepting your words or statements.
What do you think? They will accept?
I think you are not a Christian.
That decision nobody has authority to make.
As per the Bible.
No.
As per the Bible.
No. I think as per others. Yeah, that, as he said, there is no one has authority to say that. Yes, so it's purely his personal.
Mr. Jerome, I am afraid, I am Shyam Kasturi again. Mr. Jem, I am afraid if this kind of, this kind of information or thought process is coming from a Christian, the other Christians wouldn't accept it. You must have, your real life also, you must have tasted this, bitterism. I'm not pointing out at you, but they don't accept the truth, sir. That's what I have seen in my life. The day before yesterday, as you really mentioned, there was a discussion. One pastor would like to enlighten a panel, which is taking a Bible class for the 67th, Bible class, 67th episode of the Bible class. They, I mean, he literally came, tried to argue, tried to, I mean, the team asked him if, where in Bible it is shown that Christianity is a
Yeah,
part.
I'm really sorry. I'm conducting
Yeah.
2 lives now. I'm just a bit confused.
Yeah, you continue. You continue, Abhi. Not much to say actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Abhi.
Yeah. Jeromji, nice to talk to you. This is Abhimanyu Sena from Hyderabad. Namaste. So I have 2 questions to you. One question is from Bible, and one is
No Bible.
about
No,
Abhimanyu, so,
I will let me decide whether to answer or not.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
You can ask. You can ask.
As just now you quoted 1 or 2 references from Bible. I would just take. I wanted to take a clarity from you. We know something, but I also want to listen from you about Luke 19:27.
I
This is my
think
first
better to
question.
make this in
Abhi, you just
personal.
won't quit, right?
No,
Yeah,
if it is
no, no,
if it
no.
is
Okay.
okay for you, then only you can answer, sir. No
No, so
problem.
what happens is this. See, theological discussion. I don't indulge in. I don't involve because,
Yeah.
as I told you, we can quote 10 different verses and interpretations. See, it's more of
Okay.
interpretation, right? So
Yes.
what I interpret, what one church interprets, is what another church interprets. That's why you have so many denominations today. 50,000 plus denominations across the globe, because the Bible is interpreted, each person interprets differently. So it is going to be a never ending war. That is why I tell Sanatanis, don't even go to that. Don't explore. Don't explore. There's no point in exploring. You explore
Okay.
yourself. You explore yourself
Okay.
first. Because you know
We
what?
are very
Let's not waste
yeah.
our time. Right? We have a very
Fine.
short life of 70 years, 80 years, and I think we
Okay.
need to strengthen our religion. No,
Yeah.
let's not explore. It's not
Fine.
worth it. It's not worth it.
We
Yeah.
have been watching your seminars and videos from long back. We are happy. We are very much happy that you are here today in our Dharmamargam channel. I would like to
Thank you.
know that what is your future plans, sir? Like what you have decided to do for India or for Sanatan Dharma or for the people of India? Or like what are your plans? Can we know that?
See, at a two levels, two sections. One is at a national level. National level, I want to help the government and influence the government on making some policy changes,
Mhm,
because there is a need for a policy change at the government level.
mhm.
Uh, because without making policy changes, we will be fighting and fighting and fighting. So
Okay.
somewhere, when I've been talk. That's the reason why I engage with all of you, all lot of people, is that there is a need for policy change at the government level. Currently, you know how the constitution is made. You know there are a lot of loopholes in the constitution, and I don't really subscribe to the kind of the because there are a lot of loopholes. On one side, it says one thing; the other side, there's always an escape route in the constitution. So I
Yes.
want to influence the amendment in the constitution, the right to religion itself. That is something which I want to think. It's not going to be an easy thing because it's a fundamental right
Mhm.
at the national level. At the
Okay.
grassroots level, I want to ensure that the Sanatanis strengthen themselves. I tell
Mhm.
only one thing: you strengthen yourselves. As I told you, the core is the family, and not to engage in skirmishes with other religions. There's no point. Currently, strengthen the house. If you strengthen the house, then I think a major battle is fought. So that is what my aim is, to enlighten people.
Okay. So, what would you suggest people who are watching a live, or people actually now who are fighting for Sanatan Dharma to, like, make people who, without reading anything, I'm not only mentioning one or two religions here, the person who actually don't know Sanatan Dharma is getting converted with so-called so may be reasons they are getting converted, and we are getting them back and trying to glorify what is we are trying to uh, give clarification on Sanatan Dharma and trying to keep some classes and making them enlightened. So, what is your suggestion to the people who are sitting in the panel, or the people who are watching outside in YouTube? Could you please explain one or two?
See, there needs to be one is, uh, let us all accept that there is caste system. Okay, it's very prevalent in our nation. We need
Yes.
to we need to get away from this caste system. Okay,
Okay.
that is the biggest hindrance of you being united. And there are vested interests who are using this caste system to divide us. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing is this: as a Christian for that matter, especially if you're looking at Ghar Vapsi, it is going to be very painful, because
Oh, okay.
for a person who's already a Christian, there is a beautiful society where they meet every Sunday. There are people. There is a lot of camaraderie. There is get
Mhm.
togetherness. There is a lot of brotherhood, which I feel lacks when they come back to the religion, to Garva, when they do Garvapsi. Because there, who's there to accept? Who's there to stay with them? Who's there to meet them? Unlike if it is a Christian, if as a Christian, if somebody is not feeling well, you just need to call somebody. Somebody is there to help. If somebody is in trouble, emotional help, somebody is there to offer help. That needs to be built up in the Sanatana Dharma. Actually, if you look at it, our Dharma was like that. It was broken by the British and
Okay.
by our textbooks.
Yeah.
Has anybody actually gone back to your textbooks and see what are your children reading?
Yes.
Just look at the textbooks. They're all rubbish. There is only rubbish. That is one of the biggest failures of the Prime Minister Modi's government. Failure is what I would say.
Okay.
If ever, I expected a lot from the current government.
Hmm.
At least the textbook needs to be changed. What our children are reading is still Marxism, Thapar, all those things is what they're reading.
Yes. Yes.
That needs to be changed. Okay, so these changes has to be done in the society. Only then that will, because what do you expect a child who's learning all these things, and what do you expect, because they are spending big amount of time in the schools and studies. This is what they are going to imbibe in their minds. So textbooks, books, literature, all this needs to be changed. Currently, if you look at the history books, it doesn't talk anything about any of our Indian warriors. It only
Yes.
talks about the freedom struggle. It only talks about the sultans. So that all needs to
Yeah.
be changed.
So
And
according to
until
you,
that, until
yeah.
that changes, I think at least each of us, uh, you need to actually, when you meet, get to meet regularly. That's what I recommend the Sanatanis.
Okay.
Meet regularly in groups. Find an occasion. Your festivals, come together in festivals, and get somebody to do bodhik, to explain what the festival relevance is all about. There are a lot of resources for doing it. The Sangh, the Rajas has a lot of bodhiks who do a lot of these kind of explain what the festival importance is, what is the relevance of the festival, what is the relevance of.
True.
So yeah.
My last question was asked by Abhimanyu. Yeah, if you have any questions, we'll
Yeah.
ask
Yeah.
last questions, and then uh,
Just 1 minute. Jeromji, I forgot to ask you one question. Are you having any plans to bring all the nationalistic Christians like you on a single platform to help India? You answered that, and you.
Yes, we are working on that. We are working. I am working on that. Uh, we have a group called Hindustani Christians. Okay, basically, we are all part of.
Which
We're
group,
all.
sir?
It's called Hindustani Christians. Hindustani Christians. Okay, and we
Someone
are.
is there from US or somewhere. His name is
No, that is HCA. That is a different thing. Okay, that is
okay.
that what you're talking about is a Sang's arm in the USA. I'm talking about in India itself. We are thing, but that's going to take some time because I'm not able to spend time on integrating it. But then that's something which is already there. A few members, nationalistic oriented Christians are there who want to come together, and then there are a lot of other plans, but that will take some time. It needs a lot of effort and it needs dedication.
Jerome, I
But
have
there are
one last question.
see, but there are just for all of them who are watching it, there are a lot of Christians who are nationally oriented, who don't come out in the open, but very nationally oriented, and who believe in this nation. See, what you hear and see is only what comes in the media and all that stuff. But there are a lot of people who don't talk, who are very national oriented, who believe that we can cohabit. The Sanatan Dharma has given us the
Coexist.
coexist with them, and they don't believe in prosperization, they don't believe in conversion, and they want to live amicably with everybody. So there are a lot of Christians, I know that. I personally know a lot of people, but then they are what happens is this: if you become vocal, then you become target. A church will put pressure on you, because if you are alone, then it's okay. But if you have family, then you need to put your family, children into schools, Christian schools. Then you have to go to church. So it's not going to be easy to be vocal. So I have taken the risk and I've lived by the risk. But there are not many people who want to take the risk.
But that's a good
Uh,
news. Yeah.
One Hindustan and Christianity is one kind of cult, or what is this, sir?
No, it's not a
No.
cult.
Are you sure?
Yeah, obviously I started it.
In Hyderabad, also in Telangana, one more person also is there. Haindava Kraistavam.
Oh,
No,
that
no,
is
no.
a
We are
different
not
story.
affiliated with any
That's
of
a
them.
different story.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so
Jerome,
much. The
Jerome, I
wonderful
have one
words.
last question to you.
Yes,
So, if you
please.
have time, you have
Yes,
time.
yes, I have the time. I
Yeah.
have the time.
So, see, I find this a pattern. I mean, it has been from the beginning of Christianity. I mean, pastors and everyone, instead of engaging in exegesis of the scripture, they indulge in eisegesis. That, I mean, Bible classes were started, I believe, they were started to combat that process. So, but it's not yielding too much of a result, and it is taking a long time. So, to bring more awareness and to combat this, I mean, misinterpreting of the scripture or falsifying what it actually states. So, how can we go about achieving that to combat this eisegesis?
Why do you want to do it?
Well, they are misinforming people. So unless we bring, I mean, we bring them up to, we make them aware, they are falling prey to falsehood. So we have to bring them awareness, right? So how can we? I mean, Bible classes, we are reading the scripture because we want to say, okay, they are misinterpreting this, and this is what is happening, and this is what is written. Okay, and we are saying, okay, this is our interpretation. You are open to deny it or accept it or anything, but it's a very very long procedure.
See, an average person who falls into all these traps are those people who are in need of help, social, economical help. So whatever rubbish they speak, end of the day, they get to go to a community, they get food, they get help in terms of paying fees, they get help in terms of emotional counseling. That is more important for those people who get attracted to this. So dialogue will not help. They will not, because they know it. They know it. So the people who are engaging in the business of proselytization, They know very well what they're doing is not correct. They will by hook or crook they want someone to fall into the trap. So there is no point. So the person who are vulnerable, the people who are vulnerable are the people who go into this stuff. And when I say vulnerable, need not be economically vulnerable, even psychologically vulnerable, mentally vulnerable are people, because there's a lot of counseling and a lot of camaraderie that happens, and that is what humans expect, and the church gives that opportunity, creates that
Then,
creates that ecosystem. It creates that
then,
ecosystem.
do you mean that we cannot go about it targeting the scripture, targeting their misinterpretation? We have to bring change from the
No.
economic perspective. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. There's no point getting into scriptural discussion. Don't get into it. There's no point.
Okay.
Because you know what? I'm telling you, as I told you again, that there are 10 different verses which he will by heart, which he's been tutored, which has been taught, saying that, okay, if this person counters you on this, then you will go to that verse. If you guys go, you get 10 different verses. You will fail. You will fail. There's no point.
Okay.
So, sir, I think Jerome is trying to say that there is a contradiction, so that if you go to one
No,
verse,
it's not
then you'll go
contradiction.
to. Okay. Sorry,
No,
I'm
as I
getting.
told you, there is a verse very clearly says that I have come for the lost sheep of Israel. Do not go to the Gentiles. It's told very clearly in the Bible. Now, if you go and tell any pastor, this is what it tells in the Bible, what will he say? Naturally, what will he say?
He will show Paul's.
Exactly.
He'll go to Paul.
Which means
Saitan
what?
Bhatnada.
Which means then you need to ask only simple question: what is the relevance of this? Then you know what then he will tell. Paul was a new, I mean, they will talk about everything new about Paul. Paul was this, Paul was that.
See,
There's no
Jerome,
point.
we have asked just that in the last class. Somebody named Rambabu came and he went to Paul, Hebrews and Hebrew 9 and 10, obviously. So I was not there at the time. I took a break, and Kiran asked just that, what is the relevance of this to us? And he's not even the Lord. Lord did not say anything resembling, not even close to it. So why are you sticking to Paul? And that guy drifted here and there. He totally gone bonkers. So see, my question is not.
Prithvi, better not to go there. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Because there were clear instructions, so better not to.
My issue is not with the pastors.
It won't be long. It's a never-ending discussion. It will be a never-ending discussion.
No.
We understand.
I did not meant to. I mean, my issue is not with the pastors or anyone else. I'm asking about how to bring awareness to the people, not how to deal with pastors. How to bring more awareness to the people. Is there any efficient method you think?
I don't see. That's what I'm saying. Why are they going first of all there?
Better avoid pastors.
Why are they going there? Are they going to? Why
making distance?
Sir, I mean, can I add a comment over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, actually, so according to what Prithvi says, right? So going into the scriptures and enlightening some people what it's there exactly. So who went there unknowingly? They are knowing some things, and it is also yielding some results, good results. I cannot comment on how much percentage that is happening, but it also yielding some results. But we are just looking for a better way that you can suggest us. That's all.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
No,
because
there's no
I'm not
better
saying
way.
it's not. You said
No.
That better you don't go in that way, but going in that way also reading some results. I cannot comment on the percentage how much it's doing good better.
I
but
think
it's also
Mr. Jerome is sorry, Maharshi. I think Mr. Jerome, what he's saying is better not to go and debate with the pastors, because everyone has their own interpretation, and it doesn't give you any yield.
Correct. Yeah.
So, but we can do our enlightenments to the people, right?
Yeah.
Who
That
went
you
into
can
it
do.
unknowingly.
Nobody is going to stop you, right? You can
that you can do. That
Yeah.
you can do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I think with that we should say goodbye to our friend Jerome Anto, because we have taken almost 1 hour 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Bhaskar Raju garu, ఒక్క నిమిషం అండి. భాస్కర్ రాజు గారు ఒక్క నిమిషం. Jerome-ji, two movements got started in India. One is a separate nation for Christianity. One movement got started by some pastors. Second one is pastors are commenting Hindu goddesses are as Saitans. So how to deal with these two types of people? All of my doubts will be clarified.
You cannot deal with. How can you deal? You tell me. How do you want to deal?
Okay.
How do you want to deal? What does the law say? Cessation as per the constitution, what does it say? I mean, if as a sovereign nation, if somebody says I want to separate this country, what does the law say? Let's take it up legally. Take it up legally. Okay, that is one thing, right? And there's another instance you spoke about. The other one?
Commenting Hindu goddesses as Saitans.
Correct. Because that's what they say. No, freedom of speech is there. No? Constitution is given freedom of speech, expression, right to religion.
But it should not hurt others' beliefs, na?
It has hurt, no? What is the law? What has the law done about it? What has the courts done about it? Forget all these things. How many people? I want to ask a simple question. How many people have filed an FIR? It has hurt your religion, right? Have you filed an FIR?
We did.
Opposite what happens? Opposite what happens? If it is opposite, what happens? Immediately, 10 different states they'll file an FIR. So this is how we need to act. If you want to act,
actually, it's a valid question. Actually, valid answer. Yeah,
legitimate way. Do it the legitimate way. I mean, there's no point crying over it. Take it up legally.
Yeah, since the beginning, Mr. Jerome is saying same. You have to react and you have to act.
Act, yes. There's a legitimate way to do it, right? I mean, and that is what many people don't do. I mean, especially the Sanatanis, they said, it's okay. He scolded me. He spoke bad about my God, my goddesses. It's okay. I'm going. How many? I mean, it's only very recently that people are awakening and filing cases. That is why I say, when such actions happen, the abuse will reduce and stop. As of now, it's taken for granted. Don't fight the legitimate way. And the legitimate way is to take the legal course. I mean, as a team, do you have a legal team? How many of such Sanatani groups have legal teams which will file a case? Now you are fighting ideological fighting, but end of the day, do you have a legal team? A legal team where if you find something like this, you will file a complaint. Right?
So
Ponnaya, I remember in the case of Ponnaya also, where there was a rebuttal, there was an awakening among the people. So he withdrew his statements, right, Father Ponnaya?
Yeah.
See, you take rubbish, rubbish will keep coming. The day you start saying that enough is enough, we are going to take it up in the way it is supposed to be taken, then see what happens. So the best way is to not get into things which will be time consuming. Bring them to your knees. If anybody abuses the culture, the tradition, or the nation, bring them to the knees. There's a legal recourse to it. And I think I always recommend all such organizations like yours which have a legal team. I must commend the work what LRPF has done. No? Legal Rights Protection Forum is doing.
Yes.
Amazing job.
LRPF.
Yeah. So like that, you must all form teams among yourselves.
So I think we have consumed a lot of time. So we will stay live and take some of our guests here.
Yes,
but
please.
We don't want to trouble you too much. But
no, that's okay.
Thank you.
We have anybody else, we can speak. If not an issue. I have the time.
Shall we?
Okay, sir. I say thank you, Jerome Anto. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Praise the Lord to Sri Rama. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Jai Shri.
Thank you. Thank you.
I leave it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So shall we close it or?
I think we can close it, sir. Not
We
many
can close it.
questions also. Prithvi
Also.
garu,
Ah,
do you have any further question? Sorry
no,
to
no,
break you in between.
It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, that is why I too don't engage with pastors. I know how futile it is. It has
Yeah.
been so since thousands of years. Have you ever seen me engaging with a pastor? No, right?
No.
Not of my own violation. I won't go to their forums to debate with them. I know it's futile. I just want to see if Jerome has anything to say about enlightening people even further and quicker. So that's my only question. Okay, enough.
So
Yep. Thank you.
Kiran will summarize our audience into Telugu, little 5 minutes. Then we'll close it. No guess.
Okay, sir. Actually, maximum I have already typed everything almost what I could into Telugu.
Okay.
బట్ ఓవరాల్గా ఆయన చెప్పింది ఏంటంటే, అంటే దేశాన్ని కాపాడుకోవాలంటే ఫస్ట్ ధర్మాన్ని కాపాడుకోవాలి. ధర్మాన్ని కాపాడుకోవాలంటే ముందు కుటుంబ వ్యవస్థను చక్కదిద్దుకోవాలి. ముందు మనల్ని మనం సంస్కరించుకుంటే ఆ తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్కి వెళ్ళొచ్చు అని చెప్పాను ఓవరాల్గా ఇన్ ఎ నట్షెల్. ఎవరికి వాళ్ళకి ఆ ధర్మం గురించి పోరాడాలనే కాంక్ష అనేది ఉండాలి. ఫైనల్గా చెప్పింది కూడా ఏంటంటే ఇలాంటి సంస్థలన్నీ కలిసి చేయాలి. ప్లస్ అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం లీగల్ వ్యవస్థ కూడా ఉండాలి ఏదైనా పోరాటానికి.
ధర్మం కుటుంబంలోకి రావాలన్నారు. అది కోర్ అన్నిటికన్నా ఫండమెంటల్. బ్రింగ్ ధర్మ టు యువర్ ఫ్యామిలీ, అది ఎసెన్షియల్. అది తెస్తే తర్వాత మిగతా సెట్ అవుతాయి.
అండ్ అబౌట్ పొలిటికల్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ కావాలంటే మనం ఓట్ బ్యాంక్ గా మారి తీరాలి. సో దెర్ ఈస్ నో ఆల్టర్నేటివ్. వి మస్ట్ కన్వర్ట్ టు ఓట్ బ్యాంక్.
పోరాడుతున్నారో వాళ్ళకి మన సంఘీభావం ప్రకటించాలి. వాళ్ళకి మనం తోడుగా ఉండాలి. అప్పుడే వాళ్ళు మనం ఏమన్నా డిమాండ్ చేయగలమని చెప్పారు. రేపు పొద్దున మాట్లాడుకోవాలండి.
So that's it for today. I thank you, Jerome sir. Thank you so much for coming into our channel and enlightening us.
Thank you.
We'll keep on meeting regularly.
Sure. We will do that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate each one of you asking questions, and I look forward towards future such meetings. That's all work.
Thank you so much for your time, Jerome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Good night.
Namaste.
Thank you, Mr. Jerome.
Happy Diwali to everybody.
Happy Diwali.
హ్యాపీ దీపావళి.
ఓకే, హ్యాపీ దివాళి అందరికి. ఫ్లాషీగా చేసుకోండి, కొంచెం సౌండ్ తగ్గించి. అంటే పేషెంట్స్ కూడా ఉంటారు కదా, ఎక్కువ సౌండ్ వద్దు, బట్ ఫ్లాషీ ఈజ్ గుడ్, నాట్ టు సౌండీ. హ్యాపీ
Take
దివాళి
care
అందరికి.
also first. Yeah. At the same time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Say